Lesson 354. We stand together, Christ and I, in peace and certainty of purpose. And in him is his Creator, as he is in me.
Hi there. How about we make of this another day of grounding ourselves in the awareness of who we truly are? What if there's nothing more important for us to do today than seriously considering the teachings of this lesson 354?
We stand together, Christ and I, in peace and certainty of purpose. And in him is his Creator, as he is in me.
My oneness with the Christ establishes me as your Son, beyond the reach of time, and wholly free of every law but yours. I have no self except the Christ in me. I have no purpose but his own. And he is like his Father. Thus must I be one with you as well as him. For who is Christ except your Son as you created him? And what am I except the Christ in me?
In other words, this lesson is about our true identity, which we have forgotten. We might have grown up in a world that taught us we are merely bodies, separate from one another. Even if we learn to believe in some spirit or soul beyond the material world, the fundamental error persisted. We think of ourselves as separate from each other and from God. This error in perception, this illusion of separation, is the fundamental mistake from the perspective of A Course in Miracles. As stated in one of the early lessons of A Course in Miracles, we think we have multiple problems, but in reality, we only have one: our belief in separation from God and each other. This belief has led us to linger in a world of illusions, where we think not only that we are separate but also that our worth is defined by our bodies, professions, careers, bank accounts, possessions, achievements, or the validation we receive from others. No wonder we often feel stressed or fundamentally unhappy. Today's lesson, in its simplicity, shares the profound truth that we are one with each other, with Christ, and ultimately with God. Our true nature transcends this world of space and time. We are not bound by any laws except the laws of God. Christ is ultimately our inner true self, a self we all share in the deepest truth of our hearts. We share the same purpose with one another, with Christ, and with God. We are the Christ that abides in all of us and who is the Son of God. Any other identity is an illusion. An identification with something else is an error in perception. That is the lesson of today. Yet, I'm sure I'm not telling you anything new, especially if you've followed this video series or any resources aligned with these teachings for some time. The question that arises is this: are you living these concepts in your life, in your daily activities? Do you remember that we are all one when your brothers come to bother you or tempt you to judge them? Are you going about your day with the awareness that you're one with Christ, the beloved Son of God? If we admit we might not be able to answer affirmatively to these questions, it's understandable. We've been living bound by a different mindset for our entire lives. That's precisely why we're engaging with these lessons, why we're training our minds. As today's lesson states, we are one with Christ. We just need to learn the habit of thinking constantly in alignment with what we truly are.
We stand together, Christ and I, in peace and certainty of purpose. And in him is his Creator, as he is in me.
We stand together, Christ and I, in peace and certainty of purpose. And in him is his Creator, as he is in me.
We stand together, Christ and I, in peace and certainty of purpose. And in him is his Creator, as he is in me.
How incredible is that? Even if we know all these things intellectually, being reminded of these concepts always brings a sense of peace and fulfillment. Could it all be about aligning ourselves with these truths and remembering to stay aligned throughout the day? Keep practicing morning and evening, as we've been doing so far, and remember today's idea every hour. Whenever you notice yourself reverting to old ways of thinking, remind yourself to align with the truths of today's lesson and gently repeat to yourself:
We stand together, Christ and I, in peace and certainty of purpose. And in him is his Creator, as he is in me.
You're doing wonderfully. See you tomorrow for another enlightening lesson. Quick reminder, we're in the section What Am I? Of the workbook for students. If you haven't watched the introduction to this section yet, check it out by clicking on the video link that will pop up soon. Quick note before you go. Let's take a moment to appreciate the generosity of those who have supported these videos. It's their contributions that make these daily lessons possible. Please consider joining them. And thank you for being a part of this community of miracle workers.
There's a lot of love behind these videos. If you enjoyed what you watched, please give it a like and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We have a new lesson every day.